Welcome to HBRV Lifestyle. I'm the Honey Badger, giving it to you straight in the RV business as usual. And today's video is going to be a quick one. It's going to be on RV interest rates in 2023. It is the most common question I am getting in my email. It's the most common question I'm getting in my DMs. So I figure I might as well just cover it on this video. Now I'm going to let you know you're going to want to watch this video all the way through, or you're going to miss something that may be important. The first thing to cover is that credit unions are the very last entity to raise interest rates on recreational financing, but they're also the last to lower their rates on recreational financing. So great example would be back in 2018, interest rates were higher at prime banks because the Fed raised the rate. Credit unions were still lower. But then by the time 2020 rolled around, the banks were lending recreational loans at a lot lower interest rate than your local credit union was. So there's always that fluctuation, and there is a time and place in each economy, in each cycle, where the credit unions and the banks are at probably exactly the right interest rates or exactly the same interest rates. As I've talked in other videos prior, there are three things that affect an interest rate at a bank. The number one thing is a dollar amount financed. So when you're borrowing only $10,000 or $12,000 or $15,000, the interest rate is going to be higher than if you borrow $100,000. The second thing that affects the rate is going to be how much percentage down payment. Okay, so you're looking at, if you put 5 or 10% down or 0 down, you're going to get a much higher interest rate than you would if you put 25 or 30% down. Now, that being said, the third thing that affects an interest rate is your credit score. With that being said, and you're going to want to pay attention to the rest of this video, because if you just hear the interest rate and move on, you're going to miss out on something. The rates have been around 8 to 11% interest, whether it's a credit union rate or whether it's a bank rate, depending on how much you're financing and depending on how much down payment you're putting, okay? And it depends on your credit as well. But here's the catch. Guys, prices are incredibly low right now. And what I mean by prices are low, they might be higher than they were in 2018 or 17, but the amount of profit dealerships are making have shrunk so dramatically that in some cases, they're not making any money because their main focus, dealerships all across the country, their main focus is to move inventory. And because interest rates are high, they're having to sell the trailers, toy haulers, fifth wheels, motorhomes for a lot lower price so they can reach the affordability on the monthly payment. That's an advantage to you. So if interest rate is the only thing you're looking at, well, you're going to pay a higher price when rates come down. But right now, if you're more important and more focused on what you're paying for the travel trailer or the toy hauler, the motorhome, and so on and so forth, this January, February, March of 2023, you are going to get incredible deals. And just remember this, folks, if rates come down next year or the year after that, you can always refinance. That's right, refinancing your RV can still occur when rates go down. So let's say rates go back down to the 4s or 5s in 2 years. You can cut the interest rate in half, cut the term down, and save you some money. Now, here's the interesting part though. If you're worried about the terms of the loan, or if you're worried about, down payment or anything of that nature, I have a video for you right there.